Alright, we are late in the game and things are pretty much completely out of hand for the Commanders, and I just talked about that gutsy 4th down fake punt and how well it was executed, but that was like the last good thing that happened to them. So now they are completely on their back foot, things almost out of reach entirely as the Eagles have an 11-point lead in the 4th quarter, and they are at the ever dangerous 1-yard line, which is pretty much guaranteed points for the Eagles thanks to the tush push, the brotherly shove, call it what you want, but on 1st and goal at the 1-yard line, you might as well call it a touchdown. So the Commanders are going to have to pull out every single stop, and by all the stops, they're going to have to try to jump the snap. Now you might think that that's not a literal phrase, but nobody told the Commanders that, who literally jumped over the snapper twice, which is a good way to stop this play, assuming the ball is actually snapped, which it wasn't either time, which makes you think, could you just keep jumping off sides to delay the inevitable indefinitely? Well, you can't, and although that's not at all what was happening, because the Eagles were clearly hard counting, trying to draw them off sides, what we got though was the refs threatening the Commanders with this.
Number 93. Washington has been advised that at some point the referee can award a score if this type of behavior happens again. For now, it's a replay of 2nd down.
To prevent a score after a warning, even though it's two separate people here, can lead to what is called a palpably unfair act.
That's right. The rarest penalty in the playbook, a palpably unfair act, which was threatened against the Commanders to give the Eagles a touchdown rewarded to them from the refs, under the assumption that they were intentionally jumping off sides. And while I disagree that we should even make that assumption, seeing that this is the only time I've ever heard this penalty mentioned in a game before, since it's usually saved for stuff like a player running off the bench to tackle a free runner, or maybe a coach standing in the way of a runner to help him get tackled. I'm looking at you, Tomlin. It is still pretty cool to know that this might be the closest we ever saw this rule to be called.
The referee can award a score if this type of behavior